Kau dapat kami ulumi Buruk kaya kapag itulog mo Syukulok mo na Sukot yung gawin ko mo
Sing, sing. You know this song? Huh?
The Beatles.
Yeah, do you know this song?
Huh?
Singing. Sing it.
It's the Beatles, right?
Yeah, can you sing it? No, it's John Lennon.
Kind of like the Beatles. The sunshine's gonna come out.
Ooh.
I know the tune, but
What?
I know the tune, like the melody. I give up. Something with sunshine.
There's no sunshine in the lyrics.
Not this one.
Yuko and John Lennon.
What?
Did he marry Yuko or something?
It's called Imagine.
Oh.
Imagine there's no Jaime. Lots of beans around.
I don't eat beans at all.
Dude, chili, dude. What?
You haven't ate it. Can you make it right now? I'm kind of in the mood for it. I haven't ate, so.
What are you thinking about right now, dude? Your eyes went crazy just now.
Because when he said, I don't eat beans, I'm pretty sure he eats beans.
Dude. Yeah, dude.
I eat beans, but like not on the.
So you do eat beans.
Dude.
You admit that you eat beans.
I eat beans, but not on a daily basis that you think.
Dude, if you died in an alien race, autopsied your body, they would open you up and they would have went, oh, this guy's made of all beans.
And Hot Pockets.
You eat Hot Pockets too? What kind?
Pepperoni, garlic, bread.
Dude, you gotta change your diet up, dude.
Well, I can't.
You can't afford the other stuff?
I mean, I eat Korean barbecue, like I said before. But
You never said that before. I've never heard you say that before.
Korean barbecue?
Yeah.
Yes, I have, right?
I don't think you told Bobby.
Yeah, the first
Was
time.
Gaffigan in this house?
Yep.
But in
when
here?
We're, separated.
Old room, like an old
Oh, when
setup.
we're
Sorry.
separated. Yeah.
Yeah, like long ago.
Was there a table or no?
No, this was pre-table, or before.
Or was there a
the table back
screen?
in.
You know, when I first saw him, I thought he was Andy Richter from Conan.
Yeah. Tell him.
Please don't tell him that.
Okay.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be.
Okay, I know that one.
Go.
Let it be.
Nope.
Oh, let it be. Okay.
Do the chorus whenever you want.
Jim, please.
Hey, Jim.
What do I say?
Right here, Jim.
Okay.
Good, buddy.
What's going on?
Nothing. We saw a photo of you from the last time.
Yeah, 2 years.
You lost so much weight, huh?
You know what?
Yeah, we don't talk about it. Like Ozempic?
Modeling. It's just my modeling, baby.
Oh, really? You're modeling again?
Like, are these all your sponsors? Valley
No,
Water,
no.
Red Ball, these
Do you,
mints.
do you do cans or no?
I can do cans. I can do like We Are the World.
Did you see that?
I didn't.
It's so good. It's so good.
Really?
I mean, you just don't know how it worked. It worked. I didn't know how they got everyone together and all that stuff. It's just really interesting.
It's Quincy Jones.
Yeah, hello. My left ear. Yeah, do you understand?
Hello.
That's fine. I can just do it like this. I can do it like this. Okay, sit down, dude. You're stressing me out.
How many? I mean, there's a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Hi, how are you?
How you doing?
What's your name?
It's Jaime.
Jaime.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Jim.
He's just an immigrant doing his thing.
Classic.
Yeah, breathing in and out, surviving.
Thank God there's that white guy.
I know. So, you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to another episode of TigerBelly. I am your host, and guys, God, I'm so excited today because I have to apologize to you, Mr. Gaffigan, because the last time you were here, I almost have 3 years sober.
Yeah.
And when you were here, I was drugged out on my mind.
Drugged, really?
Yeah. And then remember afterwards, I was like, oh, because I wanted to have you for so long, and I just felt so fucking guilty.
No.
Yeah, because I didn't remember, I couldn't think of anything. I just felt like I was stuck. And for almost 3 years, I've been carrying around this remorse. So I want to apologize.
Well, I understand, and I do not accept your apology.
That's fine.
I think you should go back to drinking.
Yeah.
Or whatever you were doing. Look at me. I look like I ate an old man.
I know. And look at me. I look like just one yellow thumb.
So wait a minute. So you were like, do you not want to talk about it, or were you?
What?
What were you high on?
Just weed and drinking, but I did it so frequently, like I would do it 24 hours a day, so I was just never like present.
And so how do you drive down that road? Or how did you drive down
I barely
that
made
road?
it every time. I remember
Really?
one time I was vomiting. I had the door open and I was driving, vomiting out the door because I was so drunk.
That's another hurdle.
That's very good. Yeah, alcoholic.
Welcome back to the show.
You're welcome back. So, and I saw you in New York,
I know.
and we took a little photo at the Hilarity.
Hilarity.
Yeah, and
Bill Burr doesn't like that term, hilarity.
he complained to me about that 2
Yeah.
nights ago.
Yeah.
He does not like it.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hilarious.
Yeah, and he also didn't like the party.
It was stupid. I didn't like it.
It's so dead on.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. But your special's already out.
Yes, it is out. Thanks for watching it.
You're so good.
No, you didn't watch it.
I love it.
No, well, it's like
What's it called?
It's called The Skinny.
The Skinny.
It's called The Skinny.
And what? So you were at Netflix, and you just kind of decided to move over?
I'm a very nomadic being.
Yeah.
And it's like any comedian, someone offered me more, so I went.
Yeah.
But aren't you at Hulu too?
I do have Hulu.
Oh.
Yeah. I had never had done one.
Oh, you had never done a special?
No.
Oh my God, that's
And
surprising.
for years, everyone was like, "Do one." I'm like, why?
You didn't want it.
I didn't want to do it because I don't want to write new material.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
Bobby,
And I'm forcing myself to do it.
it's an abundant universe.
I know,
You
dude.
gotta understand.
I know, but I want to work harder.
Or it's not, or it's the end of your life. But anyway, it's
could be.
one of
It
those
could be.
things.
But yeah, I decided they were like, I'm going to ask you something.
Yeah.
Don't you want to feel wanted?
Don't you want to feel wanted?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone does.
And they made me feel wanted.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And the other companies, I don't want to name it,
yeah,
but they did not make me feel like I had to jump through hoops.
yeah.
And then I was just like, I don't want to do it then.
Yeah,
know?
it's the arc of the authority of these companies, right?
Mm.
Where like 10 years ago, a different company would have been like, shining our shoes or doing anything. But once it gets to a point where they have the power, then they're not nice. Well, because they care about money.
Yeah.
Which is like, in a way, if we can kind of remove I think that's what's so unfair is like creative people, we're supposed to remove our emotion when it comes to the business stuff. And that's hard because like taking things personally is what supposedly makes us creative people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's also, 30 years I've been just, in the business, and it's like I got so many no's for the first 15 or 20.
Yeah.
Right? And just like, I never went to Montreal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never, I auditioned for all those things.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like new faces and stuff. And then it just gets to a point where it's like, I built this thing, and just for once, I don't want to jump again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's all basically what it is. But anyway, I'm so excited to do one. It's my first one. And golly gee, it's going to be great, I think.
It'll be a great challenge.
Thank you.
It'll be a great challenge.
Thank you. I'm just now working on like where I want to do it and like the name of it and also like what it's going to look like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where are you going to do
I
it?
don't know yet.
Well, you should shoot.
Here's
two
what I do
shows
wanna-
in one night.
I want to try to do 4.
Good.
But here's what I want to do, Jim.
What do you want to do? Tell me. I feel like you're gonna tell me. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Don't let me stop you.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead. Tell me.
Jim.
Here's what you're gonna do. You're
What?
gonna do this.
Jim.
What are you gonna do?
Here's what I'm not
Wait
going
a
to.
minute. Are you gonna tell me?
I may not.
Okay, no,
I kind of
all
don't. No. Here. I want it to be. I want us to be sweaty.
You want to be sweaty.
Yeah, because when you see specials, it's so everyone just they
Yeah.
make up right, and it's like. Sorry.
No, by the way,
Sorry.
So I was in a diner
sorry.
in New York.
Yeah.
Like Friday, I had to pick up my daughter, and of course, my wife. There was a minor snafu, like she had basketball practice, so I had to kill time for like an hour and a half. So I went in this Mexican restaurant, and I'm sitting there eating rice and beans because that's what I like to do.
Yeah.
And so then, at one point, it's a very tiny. It's like very tiny shop, right? And so then one time, the guy on the cashier, they have a playlist, right, where you can play music, and they also have a TV. And at one point, he was kind of fiddling with it, and he started to play my special. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
I go, did I just imagine? Because I had headphones on.
Yeah.
He goes, sorry. I thought it might be you, but in the special, you look so much younger.
You said that?
Yeah.
Wow.
He said it in a way where he wasn't trying to be mean. He was just like, that's why I needed to look at the special. And of course, he hadn't seen the special. He'd
Right.
seen a clip on the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like that authentic thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Why don't you do it at the Purple Onion?
Is that good?
I think that's
Where's the
there's
Purple
a lot
Onion
of-
at? LA?
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
There's got a lot of history and nostalgia there, and kind of. I think Zach did a special there.
Oh yeah, he did his special. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, that's a great special.
So it's a kind of the antithesis of the semi gloss.
Right. But like also like I saw like, when I was a kid, I saw a Dana Gould special when he was super young,
Yeah.
and I just remember him being super sweaty,
Yeah.
and I responded to it like, "Oh, he's working hard."
Oh, that's so funny. Well, also sweat. There's flop sweat, right? So, but like, so are you a sweater when you perform?
I do. I sweat. Yeah, I'm like I also don't even know. I don't.
Why don't you call it sweaty?
Dude, that's it.
Right?
Yeah, sweaty, and be sweaty.
And I think you should make. Well, this is all against the better judgment, because you want the audience to be cold. But if you want them to be warm, then they're uncomfortable. If they're sweaty,
The whole thing is sweaty.
yeah, you do
that'd be
it.
great. So
do
you know
it.
how they say it has to be cold?
No, here's what
You
you do.
heat. You put a.
You do Bobby Lee live from the Purple Onion.
Yeah.
No air conditioning.
Yeah. No
Right?
air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
Live at
and
the
you let that know. There's no air conditioning. So like when people go, hey, there's no air conditioning. When I was promoting it on my podcast.
Right.
And then name created by Jim Gaffigan.
I'll give you credit.
I'll be like an associate junior producer.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, if I use it, I will. I won't, but I will.
That's
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's your one special. You got to digest it.
Yeah.
and live with it. But I like the sweaty idea of like it's very loose and but you're gonna do all 4 because you're gonna do a lot of playing, right?
What does that mean?
I don't know. What do you think playing? What is this your first?
Yeah. It's my first day on the job.
What do you mean by play?
Yeah. Oh,
I was
you mean-
never a child. I was never in a.
Oh, like fuck around.
I don't want to curse because Jesus is listening.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to do a lot of messing around. Yeah. I want to go into the audience and see what happens.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Let me ask you something. So, I wanted to see what you would have done in this situation. I was at the Cellar. We were during the
Yeah.
I did the Village Underground.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to go over to the original Cellar and go to that restaurant and go to that back table.
Yeah.
You know the back table?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I go to the back table. I go there and I see Mark Maron there.
Yeah.
Right? And I go, I know Mark. We're good friends.
Yeah.
And I get to the table and it's Louis C.K. and Chris Rock there too.
When is this?
This is the day after Hilarity.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Mark looks at me and he goes, and I went to the bar.
Well, wait a minute. That
Yeah,
might
yeah.
have been. That might have been. I think that. I mean, with the history of Mark would tell you that he's being not nice, but like but I feel like Mark has done. He's evolved so much. I would guess.
Yeah.
I would guess that he's like. There's a very awkward conversation that you shouldn't interject.
Also, I think I'm misinterpreting his face. In my mind, he was going like this, but he could have been going, hi.
No.
You know?
But,
Yeah,
but
I mean-
by the way, yeah, I think I gotta identify with all of that. By the way, you know, I have teenagers, and God, the mental attacks that we went through as teenagers, and they still exist now. But like now, we've developed scabs, and we can deal with it.
Yeah.
Right? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, but
we
like,
take things so, like, we're super sensitive.
yeah.
And we're perceptive.
And that situation that you described
Yeah.
is like, I think in high school that was like 4 times a day.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
100%. It's the reason why I think I do what I do almost.
Yeah.
That and the abuse from my dad and the molestation.
Stop trying
and
to
the
make everyone
molestations.
laugh. You always bring in the funny.
So playful.
You always bring in the funny.
But how do you deal with like, because you're now, I mean, I don't want to embarrass you, but I mean, you're around big stars. I mean, you're Golden Globe, these kind of events. Are you nervous around famous people or are you good with
Yeah.
it? You still are.
Totally. Yeah, it's just very weird, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like they're all beautiful people, right?
Sure.
And so in some ways I feel like the entertainment industry, it's so often like it's always that scene from Wizard of Oz where you're like, oh my, the great wizard, and then you look behind there and it's just a
Right.
guy. Or like
Yeah.
you know, even like, but this happens, it's like you have a crush on a girl or someone, and you're like, the crush is only because you don't know anything about them. And then you get to know them, and you realize that poo comes out of their butt. Like,
Dude, poo does come out.
yeah.
Yeah. I say that
what I mean?
to myself all the time. Like if I'm intimidated by a girl, I go, she's had diarrhea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like chunky, peanutty.
You know what's weird? It's like, so I did, like people have their own.
Please tell
This
me a
is-
diarrhea. Are you
this
going to
is-
tell me a diarrhea story?
No, it's not a diarrhea.
Damn it.
I can tell you one. If
I
you
love. Yeah,
want.
give me a diarrhea story after this one. Helix mattresses. You guys, I have several rooms in my house. I wouldn't call it a mansion, but
It's a mansion.
It's a cute little modern house. Yeah. And in every room, I have a Helix mattress. In fact, they're doing. I have a different Helix mattress in my master bedroom than I do in the guest room.
Wow.
And because they're doing renovations of in my bathroom, I've been sleeping on the guest mattress, and I like that as well. You know, you can get different styles for each room if you have several rooms that you can have. You know, okay. So over the years, I didn't even care about what mattresses I used. You know, do you know what kind of mattresses you have at your home?
Just one
Exactly.
by the store.
Exactly. The one that you buy at the store.
Yeah.
But that's not the right one, is it?
It's not.
It's not. What I did was I did just like you did over the years, and my back hurt, didn't get really good sleep. And now that I have an Helix mattress, I sleep like a baby. Do you want to sleep like a baby?
I do like.
I think you
sleeping
should
like a
get
baby.
one then.
Well, how long have you had yours?
I've had mine for probably both of them for about 6 years now.
And your
6
back
or
is
7
good.
years. And my back is cured up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Guys, get 20% off and 2 free pillows for all mattress orders. Use our code helixsleep.com/belly. One more time again, that's helixsleep.com/belly.
If you're feeling good, if you're feeling lucky, DraftKings Casino. You guys, do you like casino?
I like casinos.
Dude, DraftKings Casino is my favorite thing to play, especially during the holidays. Okay? It's the most wonderful time of the year, is it not, Jaime?
It is the
Holidays on the house at DraftKings Casino. With this season's offerings, you'll unwrap everything on your list. Exclusive games, huge jackpots, and exciting rewards. DraftKings is offering a warm welcome to new players with $100 instantly in casino credits with just a $10 wager. Plus, everyone can get in on the action with the holiday reward every week.
So sign up with code TigerBelly because the holiday cheer is here. Only on DraftKings Casino.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. Only void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Opt-in required. Casino credits are non-withdrawable and expire in 168 hours. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/promo.
Are you going to tell me a diarrhea story?
No, it's not a diarrhea.
Damn
story.
it.
I can tell you one. If you
Yeah,
want.
give me a diarrhea story after this one.
A diarrhea story.
Yeah.
I was dating a girl.
Here we go.
We went for Korean food.
Oh, here we go.
I had
Here
a
we
lot
go.
of.
Just say Chilean.
I had a lot of kimchi.
Yeah.
We were in a cab going to her apartment.
Ooh, this is way before you were married.
Way before.
Okay.
Yeah. And I literally had to say to her, I gotta go home because I knew that I was gonna have
Diarrhea.
a pretty severe case of it.
But may I?
And I blame Koreans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
good
But what I'm saying is, because sometimes I can't even stop it.
Stop what? The diarrhea.
The diarrhea.
I don't think anyone has that much control.
But you did in the cab. You were in a cab.
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah. You were at the
that's-
clinch it.
Yeah, it was kind of the remuneration. I don't even know what the word is, but like that plunger sound. It's like, and
Yeah. I know that one. Yeah.
It's like your stomach gives you a warning, like there's gonna be.
It's ready. Oh, so he gave you a pre-warning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I thought it was weird. Here's what I was going to tell you: is that so I did the Kelly Clarkson show. I don't want to. But and she's very nice.
I love her.
And she sings without wearing shoes. And on that show, she just did the whole show with no shoes on. And so I know some people are into that. Like I made a joke about that. But like it is weird. Like there's just varying levels of what's normal to someone is weird to someone else. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I guess what I'm saying is, why can't we all get along?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
No.
Well, she takes her shoes off to sing?
Yeah, I think
Wow.
I think it sounded like a fair amount of singers.
Did
do
you see
that.
her feet?
I did.
Nice.
I mean, I'm not into
They
feet.
can go either way with her.
No, she has a.
They could be like,
she has a tattoo
Kate
on her
Blanchett
foot.
feet, or it could be like, oh, Rosie O'Donnell feet.
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I've seen her feet before. Kate Blanchett feet.
So you are into feet.
I like them. Yeah. I mean, if they're ratchet, I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, if a woman's feet are ratchet, dude, I cannot come.
so like, okay.
No, I'm being real. I'm being like, even because you're
But,
not
I mean,
staring at the
wait a
feet.
minute.
No,
Yeah.
let me finish.
Okay.
Okay.
You're like,
not, yeah. Let me.
Let him finish.
You're not staring at the feet.
I don't think there is an explanation.
Yeah. there is one.
No.
Yeah, there is. Let me try.
Or you
Let me
think
give it.
I'm crazy.
Like, even if I see the feet, because when you're in the act of love, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
know, right? You're not looking at the, right? But just the idea, let's say if I have her like legs up like this.
Right.
Right, I'm doing that, whatever that position is. What do you call that? With the
I think
legs?
It's called missionary.
Yeah, but when you hold the legs, do you hold the legs ever or no?
I don't know.
A wheelbarrow.
Is it?
Yeah, I call it, or maybe the rickshaw.
The rickshaw.
Yeah.
Depending on your background. It's like
Yeah. I'm rickshaw.
if your people do manual labor or if they do
Mexicans, they call wheelbarrow. Yeah.
if they deliver people. I think I've proven that I'm racist.
Yeah. No, you're not.
I think I've proven it.
So when I'm doing the rickshaw, right,
Yeah.
in my mind, I already, even though I'm not staring at the feet, I just know that they have ratchet feet, and I can't come.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, that's
Well,
my
you know, there is, isn't there like a super hot woman that has really weird hands?
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox, yeah. It's the thumbs, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think I could get over that.
I can get over thumbs, yeah.
But not feet?
No.
Really?
No. Megan Fox. Here's the thing. When I say ratchet, I don't mean like. I think she has just they're just abnormal size.
Yeah.
I think her thumb is shorter than the. You know what I mean? That I can live by.
Right.
It's just So you know how
Is
they're
it
like.
that weird? Oh, so it is.
She has Brad Williams' thumb.
A BW.
Yeah. Like she has a dwarf thumb. But I can get over that because they're nicely manicured. What I'm saying ratchet is there's dirt.
There's dirt.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like
Well, where'd you meet this woman? There's dirt.
in a well.
Like they've obviously been outside for a while.
But you've never seen you've seen like you go to Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go to every Hot Topic?
You go to the mall.
Think so.
No.
You mean
when you're in a mall, do you go to a Hot Topic?
I mean, if I was 13,
Yeah, dude, it would be so funny to see Jim Gaffigan in a Hot Topic.
Looking at chokers.
Don't you have
No,
teenagers?
What?
Doesn't he have teenagers?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there Hot Topics where you come,
In-
amigo?
Yes,
In
they
New York,
are.
It's much more of like a Dwayne Reed.
Oh.
Or no, there's some kind of like any New Yorkers here. There's some kind of place, but it's more for makeup and
Right, but at Hot Topic, you usually have like gothic-y people there.
oh really?
Right,
Okay.
and sometimes you look at their fingers and you're like, oh, you know what I mean? They've
Yeah.
been like, you know what I mean, shoveling.
Right.
Right, and I don't, that's what I mean about ratchet, maybe.
Right. Well, but
So I'm on Ozempic and I get Ozempic.
are you on
Yeah.
Ozempic?
I get Ozempic burps.
Yeah.
And what milligram are you on? Because I'm on Manjaro.
I'm on a combination of Wegovy
Yeah.
and Ozempic.
And do you like it or no?
I get nauseous. Do you get nauseous?
I get, a little bit, but not, for the first day or for the whole time?
Well, the first day I almost died because I didn't know how it works, so I took 4 times the amount that I was supposed to.
Wow.
And so for 3 days I was just vomiting.
That's
was terrible.
directions. I'm not a direction reader. But like,
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah, I didn't know how. I thought you would just put all of it in.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So I put. This is the first day. I mean, I don't want to gross Jim out, but I was doing a
Wow.
Yeah, I was doing a thing with Andrew, and I almost died that day. This was me all day long for days, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really bad. Okay, thank
But
you.
you probably lost some weight throwing up all that.
Yeah. yeah. So water weight, but I lost about 7 pounds so far. It works.
That's great.
Does it work? It works for you.
It
You look great.
works. It works. I always describe it as now I eat like a human, instead of eating like a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even when you're eating, you just kind of get full.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm done. But I wouldn't suggest going overboard like I did because it feels
Yeah,
like
that
it's
seems
fucking
really-
terrible.
And so, I'm sorry you had to deal with it. And it's your fault.
What did I do?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It has something to do with you.
I
So
don't
how do
think
you
it's
know
anything.
everyone in here, Bobby?
Oh God, thank you so much for asking.
Really?
Yeah. So this kid right here,
Yeah.
years ago, I lived in a condo.
A condo. Okay. Okay. What? Well, you're mad at me now? What's the? I mean, a
No.
condo,
I just
is it
no.
like-
What I'm because I just why would you repeat condo?
I don't know.
I lived in a condominium.
Okay.
Is that better?
Sounds
But wouldn't you just say an apartment?
Yeah, you're right. I think it's a condo is
What's the difference? I don't.
I don't know the difference. It just seems like, I'm buying it.
Are you on Melrose Place?
Yeah. I owned an apartment.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a condo.
Yeah.
Oh, you owned a condo.
Yeah, I owned a condo. Yeah.
And in that complex, he lived there.
No.
I don't know.
walked by?
I don't know what
Yeah,
the
yeah.
condo has to do with.
I'm going to tell you, dude.
He's going to go through all his assets. I also had
and 2
convertible.
Priuses. And no, but so one day I had a fight night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
You say that like people have fight nights.
you don't have fight nights?
What do you mean, like?
Like a UFC fight, you invite people over, you have
Oh, okay.
wings.
All right. I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
you were having like a
I'm gonna fight somebody.
Like people are going to fight.
Yeah. So, and he is there. I don't know him.
Yeah.
And I go, who is that to somebody? And they go, I don't know. You know what I mean? And then what?
Yeah. It's,
And then me and Khalyla, my ex, were like thinking
Yeah.
about doing this podcast.
Oh wow.
And then he kind of overheard it and he goes, I'm an engineer.
Oh wow.
not the story.
Okay, what is it?
Khalyla, I met her at a coffee shop. She said, "Can you help me hit record on my boyfriend and I's podcast?" And I said, "I'm not an engineer. I'm an actor." She said, "That's fine."
No, stop. I'm so sorry. Okay. You're telling it from her point of view.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So listen to my point of view. I'm in a house. I don't know you. I've never heard of you. Right. And so wouldn't my story also be true?
Yeah, but I don't think I did a fight night yet.
Okay, good. Anyway,
But this is a fight night. This is a Bobby fight night.
that was the fight night. Yeah.
That was it, right?
That was it. That was the night. Yeah.
It's your condominium you own.
Yeah.
It was very Asian focused.
What do you mean?
You don't invite white people.
No.
Mexicans.
It's all white.
Okay, can I say something about that, Jim?
Yeah.
All right. And let me tell you something about Jim.
Yeah, you know.
I'm gonna tell you something. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right. I was raised with the whites.
The whites.
Yeah, and you people.
Yeah.
And a lot of you are like good people, like Schindler.
Schindler.
You know what I mean? Like good people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's some whites that aren't so good.
No, I know.
Yeah. I think you're one of the good ones.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Some of it is like I wanna go to that.
Yeah. Well, next time I have a fight night, you're invited. But also, and then when I came to LA, I go, oh, there's other Asians, and I sort of just kind of decided to maybe.
Wait a minute, where did you grow up? I always thought you grew up in like in Northern California.
No, I grew up in. Well, that's.
A stereotype,
yeah.
right?
Like Ali Wong and Tang Wang and like everybody, you know.
I thought you and Margaret Cho.
Yeah, Margaret Cho. You guys are from the Bay Area, right? No, it's Jim. We're all over the world, okay? So Jim, I grew up in San Diego.
San Diego.
And I grew up in the suburbs called Poway, and there was maybe 2 or 3 Asians in my
wow.
whole town.
Sit down.
Yeah. So that's my
Yearbook.
Wow.
Yeah, those are my yearbook photos. That's me on the tennis
that's
team.
great.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, that's me in improv. I was doing improv back then.
White people behind you.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And look at that lady in back of me was laughing. I'm
You
killing
know,
them.
by the way, so like a good friend of mine in college, when I started hanging out with her, she said that like when she and her family, they moved from Taiwan to Louisiana, that people would walk up to her and touch her eyes without her consent.
What?
And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah. So like
what you guys don't realize
Yeah.
is that there's like microaggressions, like little racial microaggressions that we experience. Maybe not you because you're young.
Yeah, man.
What?
Nah, man.
Do you know what? Let me ask you something. What do you think microaggressions mean?
Well, let me get my context clues out. Micro.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Small.
Yeah.
Yes.
Micro.
Yeah.
And aggression.
Yeah.
Like aggression, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. You just took the word and just repeated the.
I broke it down.
You broke it down.
I know the definition of it.
Okay. Anyway, it's like these little. Anyway, so when I was in the 70s, every day you would experience little things like that. Even as an adult, you do. Like,
Yeah.
I was on Southwest Airlines years ago, and this old man was sitting next to me, and he just kind of turns to me and goes, "My granddaughter." He goes, "My granddaughter loves that Hello Kitty." And I go, "Excuse me?" He goes, "You did a good job with that."
Oh my God.
Right? Like I own the company.
Yeah.
Like I created it.
Yeah.
Bitch, I'm on Southwest with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a kid, kids would walk up and go, "Can you see?" Yeah. And then like every day you experience that. You experience that. And then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? You just feel different.
Yeah.
Do you care?
I do care. By the way,
I don't think you care.
I do care.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is that like I think all comedians are misfit toys.
They called you albino, probably.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And so it's nothing compared. And by the way, our struggles are nothing compared to. I mean, I'm not comparing mine to yours, but versus like what like African Americans have dealt with.
Sure.
It's insane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, listen to the song "Strange Fruit."
Right.
Yeah.
I
It's a
haven't,
terrible
but
song.
I'm sure it's like
You know what that song? Who sings that song? Billie Holiday did.
Really?
Yeah, and it's about the strange fruit are hanging black people.
Wow.
I opened my eyes up to that.
What?
I didn't.
Yeah, and when you listen to the song, it's just so visceral and sad, and
Yeah.
she really expresses the pain of, because back then they would walk down the street and see their fellow human hung, and there's no consequences.
Yeah.
No one got in trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
Well, it's not only that they've expunged the history of a lot of that stuff, where you're like, oh wow, like there's certain towns where like Central Park was an African American neighborhood, like parts of it, and they're like, we're doing a park here. Sorry, you got to go. And you're like, whoa,
Wow.
and that kind of stuff's been happening a while.
Wow. You still live in New York?
I do. Wow. I live in Central Park.
You love it? You love it? You love it?
I do love it. I mean, it's, yeah. I mean, I love it. It's just like the parenting thing. It's a different thing. You know what I mean?
It seems, I would think, is it easier to parent in New York?
No.
Because I've seen kids in New York with no parents, 8 years old, just walking around by themselves.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable.
There is some of the learning the independence, and it's like I'm for the legalization. I mean, our entire career, people were like, do our benefit is to legalize pot and all this. And I'm, but what exists in California, I don't even honestly know the how accessible it is versus New York is like. So in New York, the pandemic happened. All these businesses, they had to rent all this space, so they rented it to all these vape shops, and and they're like, they essentially just sell it to anyone.
Oh,
And so they're not even making, and the cops are overwhelmed. So it's a perfect topic for a podcast, by the way. But
you're afraid that your kids are going to go get vape?
no, it's like,
okay.
well, yeah, it's just like, I'd like to go a half a block. Smelling weed. And I'm not even anti-weed.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, make it a little bit of a struggle.
Right.
It,
But my theory, and I don't know if I'm right, but I feel like, okay, I just talk about my own point of view. Is that I feel like no matter what the circumstances of my life was, whether my parents were strict or not strict, that I was always going to just end up being this guy.
Oh, you think so?
I think people are just born, and no matter what, because I know a lot of guys that have terrible childhoods, like physical abuse, molestation, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they're just pretty grounded, and you know what I mean. And then I know people that have had great lives that are just full blown alcoholics.
Well, there is that Natasha Bedingfield song, Unwritten. So there is that element.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No, but I think the point you're making is like there's so many things that can define us, right? But why does like someone having a dad that's an alcoholic destroy one person and not destroy the next person?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that like had a dad that wasn't around, right? And they had fucked up lives. But then you have Barack Obama who, right, killed it.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that I think your kids are just going to turn out the way they're going to turn out.
I think so too.
Yeah. Just
think
let them roam free.
I think that that's how I rationalize it too.
And your kids are so cute, and they just seem, what?
I said thanks.
Okay. But anyway.
Hey, in New York, aren't you? Oh, it's because I just remember I was in New York.
I remember when you were there.
Hey, what were you doing in New York, Jaime?
Just spots. And don't you guys have like a bill right now where you guys have to pay taxes to Buffalo?
Pay taxes to Buffalo? I don't know about that.
Well, like you guys are helping the city of Buffalo.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, you guys hate that.
No. I think some of it is just like the state. It's kind of like the taxes are probably distributed around the state.
Jaime, please ask another question.
What?
No, to ask a different New York question because
I feel like I'm not Gavin Newsom, right? It's like, well, I'm gonna hit him with this tax question.
Yeah.
So if you are a Democrat,
yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No, it's okay.
I mean, what's your middle name?
Junior.
Junior.
Yeah, my dad messed up my name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so, what's your last name?
Garcia.
Garcia.
Yeah.
I just gave it up.
And so your dad's name is Jaime too.
Yeah, his
that's
was Jaime Senior Garcia.
yeah.
Oh.
Anyway,
really?
very
Well, that's
very
pretty
good,
cool.
very good, very interesting, very good.
Because Junior is supposed to be my last name. Like, My last.
Not your last name, but
But, like, it's
your
supposed to be last.
after.
Yeah, my dad, he doesn't speak much.
So your name is Jaime
Junior
Garcia.
Garcia.
Garcia Jr.
In a way, yeah.
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 Very good.
Yeah, I couldn't help
It's
it.
insight that I had no.
You never asked me.
You know, in Spain, they add the mother's maiden name. I mean, the mother's maiden name to
the middle
their
name.
name. Do they do that? Where are you from? South America?
No, I'm from Mexico.
Okay.
Well, in Korea, they say,
No, I'm from Texas. Like, I'm legal.
You're
I'm legal.
Tejano. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that didn't. Well,
This was all Mexico at one point.
Yeah, I know. I get it. I understand. In Korea, you say your last name first.
You do?
Yeah, you say Lee Bobby or whatever.
Oh, I didn't know.
Like you say, if I'm being introduced in Korea, they would say, my Korean name is Song-woo.
Sung-woo.
Thank you. Very good.
Really?
Yeah, it's just how Kim Jong-il would say it. Yeah.
Sung-woo!
yeah. And then but I would be, and E is how they say Lee. They go, this is E Song-woo.
Oh, wow.
Right. So I don't know why they do it. And another thing that they do, I don't know if you know that, is, when you're born
9 months
9
old.
months old.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah. No. And
They're thinking about
also,
changing it. They're
in
thinking about
Korea,
changing.
I know this. Also, the mother and the baby sleep on the ground for the first. They have a first birthday when the baby's born.
Yes.
And but it's all. I mean, I love all this stuff.
Really?
This cultural stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, in Iceland, everyone just had one name.
No.
Yeah, for a while.
Like, I'm Tom?
They were like Tom. Well, so the name Johnson
Yeah.
is John's son.
Wait, this is John's son?
Yes. Henderson is Hender's son.
Wow, I did not know.
Yes.
Whoa.
And so all
What
those,
about if there was a daughter? Is it Hender daughter?
I think it is something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Russ and daughters. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's but yeah, no, I love all that stuff. That's so interesting.
That's so fucking
right?
interesting.
And so wait a minute. So if you're Korean American. If you were in Korea and you met someone and you fell in love with someone with the last name Lee, you would not be. I think you can only marry them once every 7 years.
What?
Wait, what's
Are
this?
you being?
Yeah.
I'll Google that. What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, the thing is there's certain names, last names, or surnames, or whatever we're going to call it,
Yeah.
that are prominent in Korea that they don't want. They don't want cousins to marry cousins.
Ah, I see what
And
you're
so,
saying.
like,
Yeah.
Lee and Park and
So if I fuck a Park, it's okay. Any time of the
so.
year.
yeah.
Yeah, and a Lee probably stay away from. It could be a distant relative.
I don't know. I just
Yeah, but if
remember-
second cousins fuck or have sex,
Yes.
sexual intercourse,
Yes.
whatever you say.
What's that?
Yeah.
I say they do the silly.
Yeah. so when they do the silly, if second cousins have kids, did the kids come out? I don't think so.
No,
right?
I don't think that they don't come out that way, but they can come out that
Autism.
way.
Oh, they could. Oh, it's it's the odds of it happening could be.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All
so
right,
interesting.
ruled that the ban was unconstitutional, allowing couples with the same name surname to marry.
Oh, so
So
at one point it was
it's
illegal.
Traditionally,
Yeah.
Korean law prohibited marriage between people with the same surname.
Hey, ZocDoc.
ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs, and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, Jaime. From mental health, you need that, to dental health, definitely
need that.
Eye care,
You definitely need that.
Whoa, Asian joke, to skincare, and you need that, EJ, for your nose, and much more. And you can filter for doctors who take care of your insurance, who are located nearby, who are a good fit for any medical need you may have, and who are highly rated by verified patients.
You can also see their actual appointment openings.
Wow.
Choose a time that works for you and click instantly to book a visit.
Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score same-day appointments.
So stop putting off those doctor appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/belly to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/belly. ZocDoc.com/belly.
And did you know that in 2027, they outlawed dog meat?
Huh? 27.
I know. It's like, why don't you do it now?
Well, what
In
is
a new law, 2027. What year? Right?
Yeah, it's 2000.
Right, in Korea, they're we're gonna. I'm gonna do the accent.
Yeah.
We're out. No more dog. 2020. It's like, how about do it now?
No.
Why? They want a year of it?
Well, I was in France and they're still eating horses. You know what I mean?
Is it different or no? I mean, would you? I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's the same thing.
I mean, look, it's people were eating horse tongue. I mean, cow tongue.
Yeah.
You don't
That's
like
pretty
that?
weird. Do you like tongue?
It's a huge thing in Mexico.
Well, there's the cabeza too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the cow.
So there's, and then there's,
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I mean, liver pate. That's weird.
Yeah, it's
It's
weird.
all weird.
It's all weird. Yeah.
Oysters are weird. It's all weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's
Eating ass. That's weird. Now people are gonna be.
Dude,
so
I can imagine.
disappointed.
I feel like you kiss first.
What's that?
I feel like when you're down there, you go first.
I will. I've never done that.
Yeah.
I've only. I mean, I remember when I was in 7th grade.
Yeah.
And I was in shop class, and all the guys were gathered around one big wooden table and we were using a burner or whatever.
Yeah.
And this, I think I was in 7th grade, but there was an 8th grader there, and he's like, and a girl walked by, and he goes, "Yeah, she's all right, but she ain't got no ass." And I remember thinking, ass? What do you mean? You mean like where the poo comes?
Yeah.
Why would I care
Yeah.
about someone's ass?
Yeah. But then later you get appreciation of it.
It's weird.
It's weird through time.
Very weird, right?
And when he says ass, it's probably just the cheeks, not the butthole part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the shape and the form,
Yeah.
right?
Are you a flat ass or you like bulby?
I like
Bold.
Like a no,
I don't
like
like
a Brazilian, you know what I mean? Where it sticks out.
I look like
I
I like the type of ass that I look like I'd like. You know what I mean?
All
like,
right, flat.
I would
you look like you like flat. Like bony.
I
almost.
wouldn't say flat.
Yeah.
But I would say feminine. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't know.
So not like some people like J-Lo, that doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Wow.
Or Kim Kardashian, that's
Yeah, it's too much.
Well, let me ask the other dorky white guy.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Well, he's dating.
maybe.
He's married to a Korean, and they
Oh, yeah.
generally have bony asses.
Yeah.
Is it bony?
I have an appreciation for bulbous asses.
Yeah. But your wife does not have one.
No.
Okay. And there's no shame in the game.
You want what you can't have.
Yeah. There's no shame in the game. I mean, I probably won't want to talk about this, but I'll express myself.
Yeah.
And you might not have to add to it.
Yeah.
But there's a specific kind of vagina I like.
All right, I won't ask.
You know what I mean? And I'd like, I'm more of a.
You're curating? Isn't it
What?
I mean, like, isn't there kind of like, I always thought that like there was like a pheromone thing. I mean, I've been married for 20.
There is a pheromone thing.
But like, so you're sitting there, you're going, because we've all had like crushes on women, and then you kiss them and you're like, oh, it's okay. It's a little weird. You're like doing like a taste test or something like that.
I'll tell you what it's like. It's like the prize in a Cracker Jack box. You don't know what you're going to get,
They're
right?
usually tattoos
Yeah.
or a piece of gum.
Yeah, like a piece of gum, right?
Wait, what's Cracker Jack? Oh, never mind. Okay. Sorry. I was thinking about Apple Jacks. You ever had Apple Jacks?
I have had it.
But you've had Cracker Jacks?
Is it the box?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wait.
It's a box. There's nothing in
box
it.
of
It's just a
crackers.
box.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's crackers, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not crackers.
Is it with
It's
the animals?
Popcorn. It's popcorn covered in caramel.
You're thinking animal crackers.
Like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a baseball game.
Jaime, but what the fuck, man?
I'm just trying to figure
Yeah,
this
yeah,
out.
yeah. So let me make my point, okay? My point is this, okay? It's just like, it's not a deal breaker for me, but if I really like a girl and I go, I have feelings and we really get along, and then eventually we get to a point where I get to see, you know what I mean, the vagina, right?
Yeah.
There are times where I go, shucks.
And
You know what
what
I mean?
is?
And it's like, I just, it's not.
all right, let's take a round of hands here.
Yeah.
From any of the men in the room that have actually had sex. Who has? No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Is that me?
No. No, but like, I find your approach unique, right? Or is that unique, or like, is it a generational thing where guys are like, yeah,
I'm happy to be there.
Yeah.
No matter.
Yeah. You're happy.
I'm happy to be there.
Okay,
I'm
good.
happy
Be
to
in
be
the
there.
club.
What?
I'm just happy to
Happy
be
the
there.
bastard didn't kick me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
I'm
so
just grateful.
You're happy that the chloroform hasn't won.
I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. I think that everyone in the room is lying to me.
Really?
There's no way. Yeah, if it was a roast beef situation, there's got to be like, shucks.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all. I mean,
No, so,
yeah.
so I think that
Is this wrong?
It's just you going, shucks, just staring at it.
I say it in my mind. I don't say it out
and so
loud.
you say aw shucks, because what is the disappointment there?
It's not the style that I like, but
The
it's like,
style.
but I'll be Frank. I'll be Frank again. All right.
All right, you be frank.
I'll be Frank. I'll be Frank Caliendo. No, no. So
John Madden.
what I want to say is there have been women that have seen my situation and I could see in their eyes like, shucks. Yeah. And they look in there, they go, and they go, I guess this is what, it is.
Wow.
Right. And I go, but we like each other, right? Yeah. And I've stayed in many years.
You must be so relieved that you have them gagged.
Yeah. But it's like, there's been an shucksy kind of a moment that I've seen in them. I've been told that I have boyfriends.
But that might be you imagining that, right? This goes back.
Well, here's the
By the
face.
way,
Here's the
even-
face.
Yeah.
Can I show you the face?
Yeah.
Zip, underwear down.
Really? Who are these?
No, that's not that.
Yeah,
It's not that. Yeah.
By the way,
I'd kill myself if that happened. That'd be so depressing.
What I thought was so, this is my second time coming here, and I feel like, when you arrive for a podcast for comedians, in a way, it's like you're going to therapy. You know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah.
It's like, do you need to use the bathroom? Okay, and now come in here and say all these things that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
if that has any. But back to you and your.
No, I'm just. These are just thoughts that I have. I could be wrong, but it's just like, I do have. Even like, do you like breasts or no? You have a style of breast that you like?
I do not like gigantic.
Me, dude, bro.
too.
Amen.
Right?
Amen. I like kiwi fruit.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
champagne glass.
Yeah, champagne. Yeah,
Right.
very good.
What does those look like?
They look like a champagne. So like it's supposedly a champagne glass. You've seen a champagne glass,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
Yeah.
So like if you put that up, that's supposedly I don't know.
Jaime, do you have a preference? Like, give me
Like I said, I'm just grateful to what I have.
Yeah.
what you have.
Or what I get from her.
Well, you know what? Dude, ultimately, dude, I think you're right. I think I'm grateful too, because all my life, up until I started stand-up, I really had nobody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's only when I had the confidence
Yep.
of doing stand-up and I'm like, oh, people do like me, or I am worthwhile, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you also can feel it. I remember the first time, I've told this story before, but my story was, since I was a kid, nothing, and I was 23 years old, and at the Comedy Store in La Jolla, this is where I started, they used to, if you were a doorman, you were able to host one of the weekend shows, which is huge because it's like the headliners come in, and that's how I met Paulie back then, and all these Dice and all these kind of guys, right? Wow. And so I remember one night, there was a beautiful girl in the front row, and back then there was no cell phones.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then after the show, I was, I closed out the show like one more time for whoever it was, and I get up and I turn to this girl and I go, "Did you have a good time?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh yeah, I did." And at like 1 a.m, I was like mopping the Comedy Store, and Fred Burns, the manager, goes, "Lee, you have a phone call."
Oh.
Right, and I go to the phone, and it's that girl.
Oh my God.
She goes, "Hey, I just never got your name, or like you just seem so sweet and you're so funny." She goes, "You want to hang out?" And that's how it happened. Wow. I couldn't believe it. It was like winning the lottery.
Yeah.
That feeling.
Yeah, no, it is. And the amazing thing is that woman was Hillary Clinton. No, but I remember.
That's how old you are.
I remember so clearly the going into the DC Improv.
Love
And
that room.
A great room,
Great room.
right? And so going into the DC Improv, and this is finally when I was headlining.
What year
And,
do you know?
1901. No, it was, I don't know when it was.
Yeah.
And I was headlining, and I think I had gotten some confidence, but I remember this moment so clearly because it was after the show. So like before the show, before they had the green room there, you would kind of just hang in the back or hang in the hallway outside of the room. But if you wanted to watch, you had to be in the room with the audience.
It's like the Addison Improv's like that.
And the audience, they don't know who you are, or they don't really care. And so I remember standing in the room, and I was like, these people have no idea who I am. That's fine. And I did my show, and then afterwards I was selling CDs, and I remember thinking like, are these girls flirting with me? And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, they, because I had this good show, they are treating me differently.
Yeah.
I have to remember that like this is not about who I am. This is about what they've seen. Like, it's not like I'm suddenly good looking. And then like a week later, I was like, I'm good looking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, no, but I knew it's like, oh, this is purely the runoff from the show. This is not what they really think. And I was like, I gotta make sure that I don't buy the hype.
Right. But is it that or, so when I was in San Diego, I worked at this place called The Panic, and it was a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And I worked there with a dwarf.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
They're so magical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they have candy corn. They love it. You know what I mean? Anyway, Ben, this guy, his name was Ben. He had tattoos.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you, Jim. Everyone in the room.
Yeah.
This dude used to date supermodels.
Wow.
The most beautiful women. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it. He's like this big, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one day I asked him, I go, "Hey, Ben, how do you get so many girls?" He goes, "Bobby, I go to bat and I strike out 100 times, but sometimes I hit the ball." And he looks at me and he goes, "Bobby, I've never seen you swing."
Wow.
Right? And in my mind, I realized, oh, it's a numbers game. And he also he has the confidence. He has nothing to lose. And I think that's what I was lacking as a young guy. Any rejection, I'd take it so personally.
Yeah.
Right? But there's some people like Ben that was like, nah, fuck it. It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I think doing stand-up comedy, you kind of consume a fair amount of humiliation. where
Yes.
It's like if you're joking and sarcastic with a woman and she thinks you're a weirdo, it's like, that's fine. I've got a show to do later on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
God, that's so interesting.
Do you-
it really is confident.
It is confidence.
Yeah.
And I think that we, by doing stand-up, we build that confidence.
Yes.
And then because we get so much rejection in our job,
Yes.
right? That they say many times have had girls go no,
Yeah.
and it's not that painful. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But a little bit, it hurts a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also wanted to ask you, because I was thinking about this, because when you're struggling, because you started in New York,
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't imagine, what your struggle was like, you know what I mean? But it's like, I mean, you got probably plenty of stage time, and it's a great community. But you have like these dreams, like you remember those feelings of like, am I gonna ever make it? How do people make it?
Yeah.
Right.
No,
now that you have, do you feel it or no? Because you're at the top. I don't want to embarrass you, but you're in the top of the field. I mean, of your field.
Well, thank you. I mean, I would say that there was a significant amount of time where I was like, all right, it's not going to happen. And I'm going to be the weird uncle that lives in a tiny weird apartment
or condo.
Or condo.
Yeah.
And
very good, Jaime.
But
Good
I was like, all right, fine. Like I joke around about coming here and saying this is like therapy. I like went through therapy for like, I don't know, 10 years, you know what I mean? And so like some of it was, I think I was very angry. I was like, like, I can't believe it's unfair, da, da, da. And I see it in my kids too, that same kind of, because the anxiety of being a teenager, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was, and in your 20s and you're frustrated and stuff like that. So I definitely came to the conclusion, all right, so what if I just get to do what I like and I don't get to have any measurable success? Because you talked about like never doing Montreal. I was the last person in the couple generations or grades of comedians to do a late night show.
Wow.
So it was very much like, I think Ian Bagg, who was kind of my class, I think he had done Conan like maybe 10 times.
Wow. I love him, by the way.
And he's brilliant. And so it was like one of those things where it was just, I would go on stage and there would be a booker and the booker would leave the room.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so there's,
I remember.
Yeah. Right?
Ooh.
Where they're like,
yeah.
I gotta go. And like, you might be like, hey, I'd really like you to see. And so all that panic.
Yeah.
So I eventually got to the point of like, I wasn't even kind of like, when is this going to happen? I was like, in a therapy room going, all right, so I'm going to be a guy who lives by himself in a rent-controlled apartment, does some stand-up. Like the stage time, I never really got quality stage time. Like even you talked about the Cellar. I don't really work at the Cellar.
Even now?
No.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I did initially. Me and Geraldo kind of passed around the same time, but I'm not good at schmoozing. And so like, and I didn't want to give, you would get weekly spots, and I didn't want to give away the authority of that week, because I'd always done kind of like, shows in non-traditional settings. And so like I was getting the stage time, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to rely on one person to determine whether I'm going to be in a good mood.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right. Because even when you don't get spots, that hurts.
Yes.
Yeah, when you call in and they're like, yeah, we got nothing for you this week.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, but...
And then you see the schedule and you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. And you...
Oh, my God, that pain.
So I would much rather do... I did these rooms, Gladys's, and
Wow.
Really kind of non-glamorous, but I kind of viewed it as stage time kind of thing.
Yeah. There was a booker, I remember years ago, and this person, I don't want to say the name, but like booked a lot of shows.
Yeah.
And I remember a comic talking to this person, and I'm like, you know what, Bobby, this is your chance to like just have some bravery, right? And be proactive about where you are in life and just introduce yourself, right? So this comic was talking to this booker, and I walk up and I go, hey, I'm Bobby, I'm a comic. And this person, I remember, and what this person said is stuck in my brain for the rest of my life. This person goes, uh-huh.
Oh.
And then turned back to, you know what I mean? And that echoes in my mind, uh-huh. Yeah. And that pain, but here's the thing that maybe you and I both have, is I just knew I was never going to quit.
Yeah. No,
Did you?
I don't think. No. I
No,
didn't
that wasn't
think
an option for me.
That first time I tried it, I was like, oh, this all makes sense.
It's addicting.
Right? Yeah.
It's addicting. You feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put this guy in front of the main room. Remember, me and Andrew did a show.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna bomb. I was so nervous, and you were.
He's your son.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I was delightfully surprised because I'd never seen you do stand up. I only know you in this setting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How did you meet him? How do you know any of these people?
Yeah. So Ralph Barboza, you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ralph was a guest of mine, and they grew up 2 doors down from each other.
Okay.
In Texas. And he was just sitting over there.
Okay.
And then I go, I want to talk to this guy. And he was just so innocently and just genuinely authentic and himself. We fly him out here from Texas. To
Really?
do this pod, yeah.
What,
He's done every
is that-
single one in the last couple months.
Couple months, yeah.
So you come out here from Texas? Where in Texas do you live?
In Dallas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we fly him up every week almost, right? Sometimes we have 2 weeks off, but then like we've been flying him out, and he's been just a real joy. He's a dime. You know.
It sounds all right. There's something suspicious. You're like, we just fly him out.
what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
He
What do you mean?
does
What do you
our
mean?
podcast,
What do you mean? What do you
and
mean? What do you
then,
mean?
And then like I might have some projects for him to do.
Well, I mean,
It's like, what do you mean? You just fly him out to? You just come and sit on the podcast,
Yeah.
we get him a hotel room. I mean, we fly him southwest,
and then you might, like if Bobby's bored, he might come by the hotel and. What is going?
Yeah.
No, I cut
Oh
the
my
grass.
God, that's actually really generous, but I still don't buy it.
No, what would you think it would be?
I don't know. So he is just, you like him as a foil for you.
It's like this, Jimmy.
I mean, that last person that had your role was his girlfriend.
Yeah, and she's coming. She has face paralysis.
No.
Yeah, for 2 months. So we're using him until she comes back.
Is she all right?
Well, it's her. She look like Harvey Dent. I mean, it's like melting.
Oh my God.
You
What?
know, so good, huh?
Melting.
Like her, right? The
just doesn't move.
Yeah, it's
Bell palsy, yeah.
Yeah, Bell palsy. He has that.
God.
So I needed a sidekick, and he's filled
What
in.
about all these guys?
We've been doing it for so long.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to
All
take
right.
anything away from
Yeah.
you.
So
That's fine.
Also, I met George. Do you remember Maker Studios? Have you heard of that?
Are they kind of like you make robots?
No. It was no. Maker Studios was a YouTube. A bunch
like
of
basically-
YouTube stars started a company called Maker Studios, and that's so funny because back then, after Mad TV, and my career was going down. I could not get hired, so in my mind, I'm like, I got to go to the internet, and I went to Maker Studios, which how long was I there? A year.
Parts of 4 years. You didn't show up all the time.
Right. But I got no traction.
So you would do videos hoping that.
Yeah, like I would do like sketches and stuff, and nobody watched. But they assigned George as my producer back then. And then when we started TigerBelly like 8 years ago,
9
years ago, we asked him, "Can you help?" And he's created a whole company now, because he produces also Bad Friends. Mine
that's
one
great.
with Andrew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have a podcast?
No, I don't.
You'll probably never do one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I'm jealous of it though, because I feel like it really is this good time to hang out and you have these busy lives. You know what I mean?
It saved my life.
Right. So like you and Andrew are buddies and you have to hang out. I mean, unless you guys are sick of each other.
No, you know what? We we have different. I know my role in our relationship.
Yeah.
Like Wham or like Simon and
So
Garfunkel.
you're not George Michael.
No, I'm the other guy.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I'm Garfunkel for sure.
Really?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you why.
I don't.
Well,
All right.
the audience might not think, right? But I play the Garfunkel role because I think that you can't have two big egos, in a situation. Somebody has to take a step back, and I do that because it's just my personality type. and I adjust. You know what I mean, so that we can keep this good thing going.
No, it's I find that I mean I don't know Andrew that well, so it's like, but you're really bad mouthing him. No, no, but the thing is like there is in the acting, there are huge egos, and I don't have any problem with it. So like people are like, oh, that guy's really difficult to work with, and I'm like, not really.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? If you just show up prepared and like don't need to be the center of attention, it's fine.
yeah, I prefer it.
Yeah,
I prefer working with really crazy actors.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to share the show, but a couple years ago, I was on a show.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton, and
Who was? There was a show that you were on. There's the cast area where the high chairs are. Yeah.
It was perfect. I could just play my Candy Crush or whatever, and this person's not bothering me, and we're not bothering each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that I never think that, I'm gonna find my lifelong best friend from this show. That's never happened.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is. It is.
Do you get? Let me ask you. So do you? Because you're working a lot as an actor.
Yeah.
Is it? Do you get nervous?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I would say the first day.
It's so nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's some of it is I'm so excited to get the job, and I'm more nervous about maybe the making sure that the character you're doing it right. So like when I did SNL, I was like, they could fire me. You know what I mean? Like we were doing the table read. I was like, oh, you know what? They could just be like, yeah. We're not feeling it. We're gonna go a different way.
I fucking hate table reads.
Oh, I hate table reads too.
I hate them so much.
They're so.
Yeah.
I understand the value of it, but like, they're so fake.
Yeah. I did a table read once. I said, shit take. Right? I go, I ate shit take. Right? And then everyone's laughing in the room. And then some guy just yells out, it's shiitake. Right? Like, not after, during. You know what I mean? And then now you're blushing.
Oh yeah,
You blush and you go.
Was he a white guy?
Yeah,
yeah.
he was a white guy.
He was a white guy.
Wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was me.
I know. It's my next guess.
Yeah.
No,
I hate him.
yeah, so you know who that guy is?
Who?
That said shiitake.
Yeah.
Well, but some of it is like I don't like the fact that the word read and read are spelled the same way.
Dude.
Why?
Why? I never even thought about that, but why? Yeah, they gotta change it. Who's the Warner Brothers head of the president?
Japanese guy?
No, he's a white guy. Joe Walsh, not Joe Walsh.
He was in the Eagles.
No.
I know that reference.
Jaime? Is he like a? Let me see. This is
The guy from Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
this guy?
What's his name?
Joe Hymas?
No, it's
David
anyway.
Zaslav?
What?
David Zaslav?
No, it's television. Anyway, he's like the president or whatever back then. Anyway, I was on a show, and there's two tables: the cast table, and then there's fucking the industry writers, producers table, right?
Yeah.
And they were attached, so you were literally like they were right here, and the president of Warner Bros. Was right there. And he would just go, and I'm just sitting there, you know what I mean?
You're like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was, I remember going to one of the fucking producers and go, is there any way I can just move to the left, like just change? It's throwing me out. He's like, no, this is, I go, oh, fuck, okay. I have to put lines between the words. Do you know why?
Why? Because you'll just speed through it.
Yes. It reminds me to take my time.
Oh, that's interesting.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just
Have you ever had a...
because we're also as stand-ups, we're spoiled by having complete control. And then in an acting situation, people are like, yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
But this time, if you could do it the right way.
Yeah. I mean, because when you get an offer, you get offers, right? You don't read anymore, do you?
I read occasionally.
Me too. I read sometimes, yeah. But when you're offered, this is the worst. And the first day, they don't know exactly how you're going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And I hate that.
Oh, yeah. No, I've heard about actors that are like, I prefer to audition. I'm like, well, I don't prefer to audition.
Yeah.
But like when people are like, hey, we know what you're going to do. And you're like, what am I going to do? And they're like, we know.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, what do you mean? we saw this clip from 30 years ago. You're going to do that. And I'm like, I've done a lot of different things.
Yeah. You do the first take and you could see them in Video Village kind of frantically talking to each other.
Yes.
Right. And they're like writing things, right? And you're like doing the scene, you're going, I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah. No.
And they come up with notes. Yeah, well, it's he's just, your motivation's wrong. And that's what you can just slow down.
No, yeah, just
slow down.
You're doing good.
Yeah,
No, also, the thing is also like on TV shows when you're the guest star and like the director can only direct you, so they over direct you because the stars are like, get away from me.
Oh, right.
And so then as the guest star, they're like, I know you only have 2 words here, but I'd like you to emphasize the second one because I went to get a graduate degree in theater and now I'm earning $100,000 a week directing a sitcom.
I hate guest starring on 3-camera sitcoms.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean Saves the World, I did an episode. And, I'm guest starring. There's a door that opens. And I have a couple of lines.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, I can't think of it. I can't. What is it, right?
Yeah.
And I just remember opening the door. And as soon as I open my mouth, in my mind, I'm like, it comes out. It came out like, hello. And they, and they all, they laugh. The audience laughs, and I go, right? But as I'm resetting myself, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
It is such a whirlwind, right?
It's a human nightmare. But then you get your groove.
I think it's weird when you're doing stand-up and you do a joke that you've done 500 times and you go on stage and it just comes out differently. You're like, well, I wasn't going to say it like that. But
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've done that before. Yeah, too.
You're like, I've never said that version of it, but...
Or it's like you say it, that you don't think about it. It's so like second nature. But then when you start thinking about what word is that I use, like, I don't know. It's a weird thing where, and then once I focus on the word that I don't know, you know what I mean? It comes out weird. Anyway, do you have anything, your Hulu special?
Yes.
Oh, wait, really quick.
Yeah.
I have this great clip. Hold on.
Let me see.
Yeah, I like your voice.
Oh, thank you.
It has like a good
Richard Jenny.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's my first
Caroline's.
stand-up set.
Young Jim Gaffigan.
Wow.
First TV set.
So different.
Oh my God. Can we listen to couple of jokes?
Thank you. All right, start laughing. That's good. You lead 'em, Missy. Let's go. Oh, wait. Let's go. Actually, that's what my dad would do. My dad would just demand that people have a good time. He'd just be like, just go out there and be in a good mood. I'd be like, Dad, it's a funeral. He'd be like, I don't care. Go over there and smile.
Okay, push pause. Is it hard to watch?
It's just so weird because like that was my first TV set. I was so thrilled to get it.
Yeah.
They had me go on last.
Oh.
I think I went on after Mario Cantone, who like
I know. I did Sex and the City with him.
And who's just got like, he's a bundle of energy.
Yeah.
And this is like, so in the 90s, and I remember thinking, I mean, it went well.
Yeah.
But, and I remember it's also because my dad was alive, and I'm like, Dad, I'm on Caroline's Comedy Hour. It's on A&E.
Yeah.
It's going to be on this day at Tuesday or whatever. And I called him next and he's like, I couldn't find the channel. It's just like so funny. And so like my stand-up was all about I have a crazy dad.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I got crazy kids.
Oh, wow.
It's gone full circle.
Did your dad ever see your success?
He saw me on Letterman.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yeah. And so like there was an article in the local paper where they took a photo of him holding my headshot. So
Sweet. That's cool.
Yeah.
Good. So he
Yeah.
got to see.
yeah.
Because a lot of parents don't get to see.
No.
Yeah, they're
No.
like, yeah, my son's doing comedy over there 40 years in LA. Hasn't made it yet. Yeah, yeah.
And it is so strange, right? Because it is for so long. It's like, how's the comedy thing going? You're like this mental patient,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? How are you doing with that? And then and then eventually,
Yeah.
then there's a switch to like, I knew you could do it.
Right.
I knew you could do it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I wish people would stop asking me if I'm related to you.
Yeah. I put my dad on Mad TV.
You did? Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and he got residual checks.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, and
Hero status.
he couldn't believe it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm so grateful that I had that time so that he could see the fruits of all those
Yeah.
years of worrying. Because you
Yeah.
worry.
Oh, my God.
Like, if your kids wanted to do stand-up, would you support it or no?
I mean, my 18-year-old does do it. I've gone on tour with him, and it's bananas. So like, you think you're nervous before a big show?
Right.
Imagine your son's going on, then you're going on.
I get him.
I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
So we're doing. I'm doing. His spring break. We're doing Lexington and Owensboro and Knoxville and
Wow.
Chattanooga.
And these are theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he do 10 minutes? What does he
No,
do?
he does like 7.
7 minutes.
And some of it's like, that's the whole thing. The grind. I don't know if he wants the grind, because you have to.
Grind.
You have to like have kind of. There's no logic behind what we do.
Yeah. Also, you need stand-up is a unique thing where you kind of need street credibility. Like you have to. If comics don't see you grind, it's almost as if they're not like fully
Yeah.
behind you.
Well,
Yeah.
authenticity.
Yeah. Like you see a guy like Dave Attell, and you
Oh,
can
yeah.
see it all in his
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all these guys, you know what I mean? I'm not that Dave looks weathered. I'm not saying that. He's a very handsome man. But my point is that you can just see that he went through it. You know, he is a little weird looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little mythological. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah. But it's like you so your kid, you know, your son, like even the other rock brothers, like Tony Rock.
Yeah.
Tony Rock, you know what I mean? Tony Rock, by the way, is so fucking funny now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe how funny he is. I mean, he really worked his way up,
Yeah.
and now he's his own thing. But he couldn't slide on the Rock name. He had to really.
No, I think that might have been a burden.
I think so. I think it is a burden. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like when I see, you know what I mean, and also when comics have to reinvent themselves, like Theo. You know, he was an MTV Road Rules guy.
Yeah.
And then one day he went, I'm going to do this. And he had to reinvent and make his mark on his own.
Yeah.
And it's fucking hard, man.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
hard.
So, Jim, will you want to plug anything?
Just, I need hair plug.
Yeah.
No, the skinny. I'm going on tour. When's this gonna drop? When's this gonna drop?
Probably next week if that's what you want.
That would be great. So I'm going on. I got some tour dates.
Yeah.
We're in with this young comedian Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, that's right.
The new up and comer.
Wait, what's that like, by the way?
It's amazing. It's
It's
great
incredible.
because they are seeing. The audience is just in an electric mood. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, I feel like people that come to my show, it's much more of a peer thing. Like, they're like, yeah, Jim's my friend. Like, I don't consider people that enjoy my comedy fans. I consider like-minded people. Whereas with Jerry, he's this icon.
Icon.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's when I go on with Andrew, it's different. You know, when we
Yeah.
go on the road together, it's more of an event almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more electricity, and it's like, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to even sell the tickets that on my own. You know what I mean? Without Andrew, I mean, we together are like a thing. You know what I mean?
No, that's all.
And I'm so intimidated by him. I've never met him. Like even if I see Jerry Seinfeld, I'm like I walk the other way. I'm so intimidated.
Yeah,
is he not? He's super. You guys get along.
He's nice. He's very. It's like there's a nuts and bolts that he's been famous for so long, and he's also kind of like, yeah, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Or do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where he but like when you're with him, you realize, there's no anonymity.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so his, he lives in New York and he goes and he does shows at Gotham and all that. But like, people are kind of like, oh, hey, Jerry. You know what I mean? Like, there's like what we might deal with, it's probably exponential. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like the requests on his
the level.
demand.
Yeah, I mean, he's
just unbelievable.
I can't believe. Yeah. Didn't you do one with? Was it you and Sebastian? Did you guys do one?
Sebastian. I'm doing some dates with Sebastian too. In
Wow.
New Orleans and Memphis.
Yeah.
And then, but Nate, we did.
Bargatze is another one. Yeah.
We did the Hollywood Bowl. All four of us.
That was a huge. Yeah.
That was fun.
Huge.
Just bizarre.
Yeah, I love that kid.
Yeah.
Nate.
No, he's great.
He's such a nice kid. It's just Sebastian as well.
Yeah.
All right, so check out those dates. Go to jimgaffigan.com.
Yes.
Yeah. Go watch his Hulu special.
Yes.
Yeah. Any movies or anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
An almost Christmas story.
Look at us together there.
There we are.
There we are
You
there.
were crying. You look like you were crying, Bobby. What are you doing?
I think it's allergies.
Allergies.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
allergic to Bill. Bill Burr's like, what the fuck?
Jessica Kirson makes me allergic.
Jessica.
Yeah.
Great.
I love her. So funny.
That is fun. I wish we all could have just we could have just gotten dinner or something.
And that would have been. Bill also goes, why didn't we do a show?
Oh,
Bill goes, because to plug Hilarious, what is it?
hilarious.
Hilarious. He goes, we could have sold out, you know what I mean? A gigantic venue, right? And that's how you promote hilarity.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of complicated because then I don't know. I would never disagree with Bill. But
I know.
I find like I feel like I'm glad they did this party, but it is awkward. Like I got there, I'm like I got to get a drink.
Yeah.
You know
It
what
was
I mean?
so awkward.
Yeah.
I got there so early, it was just me and Bill.
Really?
Yeah, and Bill gave me, because he was so happy to see me, because there was no one else there.
Yeah.
He gave me a 30-second deep hug. Here's my guy. You know what I mean? And I never felt that kind of love from him because we were just like, what do we do? And there was a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Also, it was almost as like, you flew me out here for this?
Oh wow.
It was like two.
What was it for the people that weren't there?
Well, they're launching their stand-up series. You know what I mean? And
These are the first 12.
yeah, and Sebastian couldn't make it,
Yeah.
but there was a couple of other people that couldn't make it. But essentially, that's what it was. You know what I mean? But it was so many people. I thought. It was
Yeah,
cramped.
and I think they have a lot of people. I think they have it mapped out pretty far. Have you? You have not.
I'm second year.
Yeah, so
I'm not even in this.
2025.
Yeah. I'm 2026 as mine comes out.
Wow, is that what they told you?
Yeah.
We're gonna do yours
Last.
next year.
Yeah.
Oh, next
Yeah,
2025? No, the year after.
Yeah. Yeah. They which is fine by me. You know, I can just work on it. But
Sweaty. I like sweaty.
you know what? I will give you some credit there
right.
on the thing.
I'm joking.
Anyway, Jim Gaffigan, a round of applause, everybody. That was fucking great.
Thanks, everyone.
Ay makabuluhan